Folks, welcome back. My name is Rudy. Hey, look, I did it. Folks, again, I apologize for the slow video schedule here. I'm still very weak and still trying to get over this stupid flu. So we've just been focusing all the family's energy on making sure orders and customer orders and patrons, everything's shipped out on time, which we are caught up. Everything is shipping and on time and everything now. Trying to get everything behind the scenes, just kind of call it back to normal. And then we can finally get the videos back to normal. I want to have a kind of a couple small follow-up thing going on here. Been getting blown up with messages about this whole TCG Player heavy hitter combo promotion on the front page, and all these LGSs all angry about it. And then, of course, I want to discuss real quick the situation with the new Magic release with Ravnica Remastered. And then, of course, we have a new Pokemon release, the Paldean Fates, which has been an interesting direction. And then a couple little emails to myself that I need to kind of mention to you all regarding Pokemon. And we have some major Weiss releases coming up here. And, of course, we're probably like 30 days away from my final little shipment hopefully comes out of customs. And we can finally finish, and I can reveal to you all this infamous Sorcery Beta Rudy kit number 2 with the promo card, and really shake the system, make you all lose your mind, make a lot of you guys pissed off, and show you all how artwork should be. So, first let's talk about the Magic the Gathering thing. Ravnica Remastered, the conversation all over the world is essentially, are Shocklands going to $1? Investing in Shocklands, catching the bottom with a falling knife. First of all, everybody's calm down. It's a Timmy's game, okay? Shocklands have never been investments. So anyone out there, and by the way, I haven't been on YouTube for like a week, and I'm sure there's another 100 videos about Rudy and some evil plan or private jet with helicopters and all these things I've been involved in. I'm sure it's out there, so I'm sure that's got all kinds of fun information. But first, let's get a couple important things out there. Shocklands, Fetchlands, Modern Cards, these have never been investments. Anyone pitching to you and trying to invest in a Shockland or any of this stuff, there's already an issue right there. No one in the history of 8 years on this stupid channel that I have with my haircut has ever told you all to invest in a Shockland or Fetchland. Now, these are some of the most infamous game pieces of Magic the Gathering history. Period. There's no way around that. Now, the argument is, are these game pieces, remember, this is 2024, the story of the year is the tug of war between collectability and game pieces. That is the tug of war of the internet that says everybody wants everything free, and then the entire, survival of everything that's important, of people saying what's wrong with these uneducated morons. That is the tug of war that continues of game pieces versus people that, like to work jobs and spend their money on things that hold value. I don't know. That's just how I feel. I don't like to lose my money. So when we look at Shocklands, okay, I still think the absolute bottom for Shocklands is probably going to be between that $5 and $10 range. I know people keep saying, well, Rudy, you think these Shocklands are going to go like $2 a piece? It's looking like a case of 6 collector boxes are averaging like 50, 60 Shocklands in a case of 6 collector boxes. We've never seen anything like it. And that is true. That is going to put substantial and severe downward pressure on Shocklands and game pieces. So that also means that all Shocklands, all 10 of them, the entire cycle of it, they essentially are dead. Like, Wizards can't leverage Shocklands for reprints at all anymore. The only thing left in the land cycle that has value, that hasn't been annihilated with a game piece stamp on the forehead, is pretty much going to be the Khans of Tarkir, infamous set, Allied Fetchlands, which is obviously an email to myself. And the theory right now is that Modern Horizons 3 is going to have the Allied Shocklands, which is going to be, or Shocklands, the Allied Fetchlands, and that will be the remainder of all Shocklands, Fetchlands across the board will be reprinted to oblivion, and all of them will be official game pieces under $10. That is essentially what 2024 is supposed to present based on what the culture and what we're supposed to believe we all want. Now, I don't think this attitude that Shocklands and Ravnica being $2, $3, I just don't think it's going to happen. Because there is a point where if the game piece is so cheap and so destroyed in financial value, Wizards can't lean on that for reprint equity, secret layers, master set reprinting. It's like right now. I mean, enemy Fetchlands, Scolding Tarns, Princess Misty, all these cards, Aaron Mesa, these cards, Marsh Flats, These cards that were 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 $80 Scalding Tarn. It's done. They're all like $10 cards. Maybe some are 15, maybe they creep up to 20. These cards can't be leveraged on a premium Magic product anymore. They've already been absorbed and diluted into a game piece. Now, Shocklands, they're up right now. They're getting annihilated. But I do not believe we will see the day of these $1, $2 Shocklands. Because again, Wizards' way of preventing a Shockland from being $1 or $2 is by having them in these premium priced items. By having the box price high, it puts upward pressure to make, because pretty much people who have the cards had to buy for the boxes, and it makes them have a certain level of a cost basis to not want them to sell at a certain price. So, what does that mean? That means that over the next probably 30, 60, 90 days, we're going to see the normal flush out with Ravnica remastered collector boxes, and we're going to see the flush out with, well, the Shocklands, and I guess the Mythics, and the anime cards, and all the other cards that are supposed to be something. And of course, everybody wants to know, what will the serialized cards level out and be? Are they going to be $100 serialized cards and nobody cares? Are they going to recover and be $200, $300, $400, $500 serialized cards? Are we going to see $1,000 to $10,000 serialized cards like Lord of the Rings poster cards? These are the real questions that we're all waiting to be revealed for all of us. I don't have the answer to that. It's way too unpredictable. If I had to guess, I don't think they're going to be as valuable as Lord of the Rings like poster cards, everything, because those things are just so hard to pull. And with the rumors swirling of the lower actual print run and higher pull rates of these serialized cards in Ravnica, I don't think they're going to be able to have huge price tags on them, because it's just the supply and demand. I just don't see it happening. But mostly just want to tell you all about the Shockland situation. I don't believe we're going to see $2, $3 Shocklands. I believe probably within the next 1 to 7 days as the market settles, we're probably going to start seeing some of the channel snowballs, the Moon City Games, the card castles, the really awesome. I think we're going to start seeing some of these big companies. We're going to see them start putting buy lists up, or hot lists. We're going to see them start saying, hey, we're paying $5, we're paying $8, we're paying $10 for Shocklands. And I think you're going to start seeing some floor prices, because there's going to be some levels. I mean, let's put it this way. Even though they're not investable, if somebody emails me right now, says, Rudy, I have 1,000 Shocklands, and you can have them for $1 or $2 or $3 a piece. Like, I would actually consider buying that, even though it's a game piece reprinted to oblivion, because you're talking about an iconic card that is so cheap. The Shockland has never been between $1 and $3, probably since they were invented. And there is a point where it's like, okay, I think people are being emotional, anger, they're getting a little too game piecey. There are kind of boundaries that you start to push against, and it gets attention. So I think when we start to see the big boys start putting up some buy lists that are going to be around that 5, 10, maybe even 15 for certain versions or variants, I think that's really going to be like make people step back and say, okay, wait a minute, Shocklands aren't going to $2. And I think that's where we're really going to start seeing what the true value is. I do want to address another thing. There's a lot of people out there that for some reason think Wizards is now, since they promised no restock and distribution, a lot of people think the next step is Wizards, instead of restocking and distribution, they're going to dump them all on Amazon, and they're going to collapse Ravnica Remastered. Well, number one, I don't think it's going to happen. Number two, if I'm wrong, and that does happen, then they're fucked. It's fucked, dude. At that point in time, I don't... If Wizards reverts back to the Amazon dumps after pulling away from it, I think we will be hitting like MetaZoo Hello Kitty collapse, where you're going to start seeing some points of no return. And I believe, because Dr. Cox, these boards of directors at Hasbro don't want to lose their job, they'd rather fire everybody else. I don't think, I've told you all in the last 60 days, I believe the pivot's already happened, and I believe we continue to pull away from that, okay? Which brings me to the next thing on TCG Player with Flesh and Blood. A lot of LGSs are very angry because Legend Story Studios is partnered with TCG Player Direct, and after what happened 60 days ago with Hello Kitty, when they didn't sell their bundles, they fire sold everything and collapsed the market. There's a lot of fear and anxiety, and I would like to assume, again, I've had no communication with LSS or the company, so again, this is me just making shit up. So, fuck it, whatever. I don't know what's going on over there, so all I can tell you is I hope that the company has a safety net or something in place regarding the unsold products of this bundle that everybody's going after with TCG Player. we went many years where these companies realized the danger of partnering with anything from a Channel Fireball, a Card Shop Dead, a TCG Player, an eBay, and these companies, a lot of LGS call them like soulless companies or whatever. You can make whatever terminology you want. But suddenly we are seeing a pivot back that a lot of these companies are wanting to partner and get these front page exposure to either help sell boxes or help kind of get their name out there. Now I'm hoping LSS, again, I have no communication, I don't know, but I would like to hope that there is a safety net or system in place. As of the filming of this video, the heavy hitter TCG Player bundle has launched on TCG Player, and it doesn't even look like they're going to be able to cross the 50% sold marker. Now, based on that alone, that make all these LGSs and patrons are sending messages saying, holy fuck, is it going to get collapsed? I don't know the answer to it. So I wanted to comment on that. Everybody's watching it. I'll follow up. We'll see what happens. Hopefully there's some security device in place to prevent a disaster. That's what's going on in the market, folks. I'm losing my voice. Sorry, I can't keep it going for Pokemon and Weiss right now. I'm going to have to cut the video off. Thanks for watching, everybody.